Hey guys, Romansliders here, with this gaming rewind on the Oddworld series, developed by Oddworld inhabitants. The Oddworld franchise revolves around the planet Oddworld, which for the most part is a peaceful and serene planet. However, throughout the series, Oddworld is constantly under threat by various corporations with sinister motives, and as a planet, Oddworld is rumoured to be 7 times the size of Earth. The developers, Oddworld inhabitants, under the direction of Loam Lanning, initially conceived the Oddworld series to be a pentology that would be known as the Oddworld Quintology. However, after the first 2 games, the pentology was stopped when the company decided to focus its attention on film production. The first game in the series, Oddworld: Abe's Odyssey, was released in 1997 for the Sony PlayStation and PC. The game is a 2D side-scrolling platformer where the player assumes the role of the Modicon slave Abe, a content factory worker who has worked all his life in Rupture Farms, when he learns of a plot to use his kind as a new food source for the planet. Abe must escape the factory by solving puzzles, negotiating obstacles, and avoiding enemies in order to survive. The game places a great deal of emphasis on stealth, as Abe cannot take too much damage and will die if he is attacked by an enemy or takes a fall from a great height, respawning at the last checkpoint. Abe can also take possession of enemies to use to attack other enemies and activate levers that are in hard to reach areas that are too dangerous for Abe himself. During this process, Abe's body is mobile and is therefore vulnerable to attack when in possession of others. Abe must try to rescue as many Modicons as possible, which actually affects the game's ending, resulting in a good and bad ending that decides Abe's fate. At least 50 Modicons must be rescued in order to receive the good ending. Abe can communicate with Modicons by using GameSpeak, which can issue a series of commands to the Modicons in order to follow Abe to avoid enemies and traps. Abe's Odyssey received critical acclaim for its innovative gameplay and good graphics, but opinion was divided on its steep learning curve. Oddworld Adventures was released that same year and was a port of Abe's Odyssey for the Game Boy. The sequel, Oddworld: Abe's Exodus, was released in 1998 for the PlayStation and PC, and was considered a spin-off title from the main series and not a part of the proposed Oddworld pentology. Taking place directly after Abe's Odyssey, Abe must now rescue the Modicons again, who are being used to produce a drink called Soulstorm Brew. The game is also a 2D platformer and has many of the same features from the previous title, such as possession, puzzle solving, and GameSpeak to communicate with other Modicons. New to the game is the quick save feature, allowing players to save wherever they want, with Modicons now having emotional states that affect how they respond to Abe. Modicons who are angry or depressed can be consoled by using GameSpeak, while sick Modicons can only be healed with special chants that are obtained by recruiting specific allies. Once again, the game has 2 different endings depending on if 150 Modicons have been rescued during the course of the game. Abe's Exodus was ported to the Game Boy Color in 1999 as Oddworld Adventures 2, and was a significantly cut down version with no plot. The series made the transition to 3D in Oddworld: Munch's Odyssey, which was released in 2001 for the Xbox. The game focuses on a gabbit, frog-like creature called Munch, as he tries to find others of his kind, who's captured by scientists known as Vicars that implant a sonar device in Munch's head. However, Munch manages to escape the scientists and is able to use the device to produce electric shocks to free other creatures that have been captured by the Vicars. The player is able to take control of both Abe and Munch, who must save their respective species from Vicars' lab. Abe's possession ability remains intact, although with a few changes, and has new abilities like being able to pick up objects and people. Gameplay revolves around switching between Abe and Munch, each of whom possessing abilities the other does not. For example, Munch can swim while Abe cannot. Oddworld: Stranger's Wrath was released for the Xbox in 2005 and concentrates on a new protagonist called the Stranger, a mysterious bounty hunter who collects bounties to earn enough money to pay for an unknown operation. The game is played from both a first and third person perspective, where enemies are apprehended and brought in either dead or alive. Bounties can be approached either directly or by more stealthy means. The Stranger is left vulnerable during an attempted capture, which is governed by a health and stamina bar. One of the main features of the game is the Stranger's crossbow, which is played from a first-person perspective and uses live ammunition in the form of small insects and other creatures as projectiles. Such live ammo can be bought from vendors or can be found scattered throughout the world. Money earned from collecting bounties can be used to upgrade your equipment and purchase items like binoculars and knuckle dusters. All of the main Oddworld games have been re-released as HD remakes for the PlayStation Network, as well as the Oddbox, an anthology of the Oddworld series that is available on Steam. The Oddworld franchise is a bizarre and wonderful series. one in which the developers have created a rich universe filled with unique and quirky characters that enrich and sustain the game world. Oddworld is a testament to the wonders of the imagination. Well, that's the end of another Gaming Rewind. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, thumb up this video, comment and subscribe. Go to my Facebook page for regular updates, and until next time, peace out guys.